So those entitled Columbia University students are just at it. I won't say at it again, but they're at it. A little protest there. I don't know if you heard about it at Columbia University. It's been going on for a little while. Obviously, they're protesting. What else are you going to protest? You're either going to protest climate change. You're going to protest, fossil fuels, some wars. The ones you don't like. Not the Ukraine one because that one's old news. This is for the Israel Hamas conflict, not really a war. But all right, I'm gonna read this article here from NBC News here. If you know what I think about NBC News, dumpster fire. But let's see what they have to say. So Columbia University threatens to suspend students who don't clear out of protest camp. You can see this picture here. They've set up quite a camp there. They're really commandeering the university there. So students defied Columbia University's orders to vacate their encampment protest by 2 p.m. Monday, despite warnings of suspension and after the school's president said it would not divest from Israel, a demand that has sparked protests on college campuses across the country. The university told student demonstrators to vacate by 2 p.m. or else be suspended pending further investigation and barred from completing the spring semester. Doesn't seem to bother them. I don't think they're really in school for anything anyway. They're probably just smart enough to understand that they're not really learning anything at this higher learning academy anyway. So at the encampment now in its second week, participants voted nearly unanimously to stay put. Around 2:45 p.m. after the 2 p.m. warning time to leave, protesters were seen marching on the quad and chanting, "Disclose, divest, we will not slow, we will not rest." Oh, so clever. I love these clever little slogans they come up with. A portion of the encampment has now been cleared to make space for the upcoming commencement ceremony for graduates, and picketers are largely sticking to the perimeters of the encampment. David Lederer, a 22-year-old sophomore at Columbia, walked up to the picket line and began waving a large Israeli flag. "I'm here to show we're here to stay. We're not going anywhere," Lederer said. President Manoush Shafak, in her statement, asked the protesters to voluntarily disperse, saying the demonstration had created an unwelcoming environment for many of our Jewish students and faculty, that external actors have contributed to a hostile environment around university gates, and that it had become a noisy distraction for students. Shafik also cited the May 15th commencement, saying, "We also do not want to deprive thousands of students and their families and friends of graduation celebration." Columbia was the first elite institution struck by protests in support of the Palestinian cause, with students demanding that the school divest from investments that support weapons manufacturing and Israel amid the backdrop of the Israel-Hamas war, in which more than 34,000 people have been killed in the Gaza Strip. Protests spread quickly last week on campuses from coast to coast, resulting in mass arrests and crackdowns. Okay. While the university will not divest from Israel, it offered to create an expedited timeline for a review of new proposals from students by the school's Advisory Committee for Socially Responsible Investing, which explores divestment, Shafik said. The university also offered to publish a process for students to access a list of Columbia's direct investment holdings and to increase the frequency of updates to that list of holdings, she added. Why? They're not investors. You're students. I'll refrain from swearing. How about you just mind your own damn business? How about you go to school and learn and do all that shit instead of just jumping in on these weird protests and stuff? You clearly have way too much time. Though the talks at Columbia were at a stalemate, there did appear to be some small movements in negotiation. I love the negotiation. What are they negotiating with? Whatever. I thought we don't negotiate with terrorists or student terrorists, whatever. Shafik said the university had offered to make investments in health and education in Gaza, including supporting early childhood development and support for displaced scholars. We urge those in the encampment to voluntarily disperse. We are consulting with a broader group in our community to explore alternative internal options to end this crisis as soon as possible. We will continue to update the community with new developments, she said. Anyways, I'm not going to carry on. This is NBC, so of course it's riddled with slight garbage. But yeah, what do you think? I don't know. These students, these universities have become these nest eggs for protest, and mostly just by these kids that have no idea what any of it is, what's going on. They just pick a side. They decide, oh, they don't like this, so they just jump into a protest about it. You don't even understand. You don't know what you're talking about. Shut up. Go to school. I don't know. Hopefully this ends soon, but they just get spurned on with more and more support from mainstream media like this. So I doubt it.